As a second born, I'm an independent baby girl. As a second born, don't worry, you can put me down for a couple of minutes and I'm fine. As a second born, I've been sleeping very well, so don't worry, I'll continue to sleep very well. That's not the case. Alone inside a crowd, 'cause I can't see you anywhere. Hi guys, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. It's your girl Omari VDC. Thanks for clicking on this video. Thanks for joining in. Mwah. Oh guys, finally I want to talk about motherhood. Like, I don't know why I've not even brought myself to sit down and talk about motherhood, like my life or my experience um with motherhood, or my life being a mom of two, especially now that I'm a mom of two. But I just talk about it once in a blue moon in my vlogs. But I think it's best for me to just sit down, talk about what being a mom of two is like. There could be somebody out there who could relate or who can relate with my story, my experience, and yeah. If this is something you're interested in, as always, just relax, sit tight, and let's get straight to this video. Motherhood. Wow. Like, I've always wanted to be a mom. I can tell you that ever since I was little. Like, this is 10 years, six, no, let me say 8, 9, 10 years old. I remember always telling my mom, I'm the last born of my family, just in case you don't know. And I remember always begging my mom to give me a younger sibling. Like, I don't care whether it's a boy, whether it's a girl, but I always, find myself asking my mom that, Mom, I want a younger one because I love babies. I just love caring for, like, kids, especially babies, like those little kids from 0 to 1 year. Damn. I have a friend or a family friend that always tells me, "Oh, my call from Ogielo." Whenever we went out, I would just be staring at babies, and I'm always, it's as if I should just carry that baby from the from the mom's hand and just take care of the child. That's how much I love babies. So I've always seen myself being a mom. I've always wished for it, and it never changed. It never changed. If I remember growing up, I always had this plan that, oh, I want to get married early and have my kids early, care for my kids early. And after they grow, I can now start, facing my own life with my husband. And Alhamdulillah, I'm a mom of 2 kids, 2 girls, and I can only be grateful to the Almighty for that. When you're talking about motherhood, motherhood is not how you see it from a distance. When I was still single, or when I was, when I didn't have a child, and I see people with their kids, I'm always like, now wow, see this person, see that person, see how this person is doing, or see how that person is doing. If it's me, I'll do something differently, I'll do this different. That's how it is when you're not the mom, when you're not a mom. It always seems easy. I've always been excited, taking care of someone else's child. I took care of my sister's son. I've had moments where I've had to take care of people's kids, and it was just never a struggle for me. But later on, being a mom made me understand why it wasn't a struggle for me, because it's something I'm doing just for a period of time. It's something I'm doing temporarily. When you see a baby and you carry the baby, if the baby is crying for a period of time, you can always give the baby to the mom. Even if the mom is going to take a while to come, even if the baby is spending the night with you, baby will not spend all the nights with you. So, oh, they are crying, don't worry, I will struggle, I will hustle, make sure I put you to sleep. When your mommy comes, I will give you to your mom and I go about my life. So the moment I see the baby the next time, I'll be so eager because I'm not spending every single time with our baby. Now let's come back to motherhood. I remember when I gave birth to Sekina, I I spent a couple, like, I think 1 week at my in-laws place. Hobby had to go back to work and my in-laws stay outside Lagos. So I remember whenever I'm trying to feed her, whenever I'm doing anything with her, I always cried. Like, I'm at my in-laws place. They care for me, they show me love, they give me everything, the food, everything. But I still always found myself crying. And there was always one sentence or one statement I always made. Nothing prepared me for motherhood. Nothing can prepare you for motherhood. And I will be crying. As I'm saying this, I'll be crying. Like I watched videos. Which videos did I not watch? I watched birth vlogs. I watched life after motherhood. After life after being a mom. I watched 21st 24 hours with a baby, first kidney con with a baby routine. I read articles, blogs. I tried my best to get as much information I could get, just to mentally prepare myself for motherhood. But motherhood is that one thing that, from my own personal experience, you can't fully prepare. You might not even be halfway there. That is what I always told myself, that nothing prepared me for motherhood, because, like, nothing prepared me for my baby coming early. Tekina came at 36 weeks. Yes, to some people it's not early. No, it's not even that early, because some people's babies even came way early. Semia came 35 weeks, if you get what I mean. But at that point in time, I saw myself carrying my baby full time. Even if it was going to be early, maybe 38 weeks, I never saw myself, being in labor when I don't even pack my hospital bag. I remember the very day I packed my hospital bag, the video, it's down there. I'll probably leave the link in my description box. Was the day I was in labor. And I'm like, I had prepared myself to do this video. Thank God my husband was just very patient, and everything went on well. I was packing my hospital bags as I was having contractions, like heavy contractions, because I wasn't just prepared for this baby or for the baby to come at that time. So nothing prepared me for that. Nothing prepared me for my baby being in the NICU for 5 good days. Nothing in the world prepared me for that. I I thought, oh, I'll give birth to my baby and start trying to breastfeed her directly. I didn't prepare for, giving her food with a cup. Nothing prepared me. Nothing prepared me for having to express with my hand, expressing milk with my hand. Like, they will ask you, do you know how to do it? And you're like, this is my first child. I didn't see myself doing this. So that's why I always kept on crying when I got home, and I was saying, nothing prepares you for motherhood. No matter how you try to get all the information, motherhood will still shock you. Like, yes, we have some people who are just blessed with that ease, and that's what we always pray for. Like, Sumo Sebila Yasarawu, may Allah make it easy, make the process, make the journey easy, from pregnancy to childbirth to motherhood, because some people just have it easy for them. I remember I have a friend who reached out to me after I started sharing my motherhood journey, feeding my baby solid, and she reached out to me asking me about how I feed my baby solid. She's having issues with her twins, feeding them solids. And to be sincere, I thought they were her first children. Like, I would have sworn that I gave birth to my child before she ever gave birth. It was when we got talking on the phone that she told me she has a daughter, but her daughter never had issues feeding her daughter. It was even her husband that used to feed her daughter while she went to work. Her daughter ate anything. So her daughter did not even give her, as in, she never even felt she had given birth, or she never felt what motherhood, the shock of motherhood with her first child. It was with her two kids, her twins, that she realized that, so this is the work. That this is the work that I was freed from. And that's what motherhood is. Some people think it's what they did. Oh, they did something special. Oh, they've done it perfectly. That's why everything was going on smoothly. I'm about to let you know that I'm not saying what you didn't play a role, but I can tell you, girl, as in categorically, and this is my opinion and this is what I believe, that your child played a huge role in making those things seamless for you. Just know that and know peace. Yeah. Because when another child comes who might not make things easy for you, you would realize that, this is what I did with my first child now. How come it's not working with you? Well, your first child just agreed with you. Me experiencing all the things I experienced with my first child doesn't mean some people might not, have it easy. But I just always had it in mind that nothing prepares you for motherhood. And I went through that journey. I never knew I was going to have difficulties breastfeeding. I had to rely on formula for a couple of weeks before I went back to exclusive breastfeeding. And that's one of the things I always try my best to. I really want to advocate for it. I really feel there should be more sensitization when it comes to breastfeeding that there is. It's not just about, putting coconut oil on your nipple. It's not just about massaging your breast. It's not just about, taking ogi morning, afternoon, and night. I feel there is more to the mental support a mother can get when it comes to breastfeeding, compared to the judgment, compared to the, oh, it's because you're not doing this, because you're not doing that. Because not everybody will be able to breastfeed in the first 24 hours, even the first 2 days, even the first 1 week. You might have to rely on formula for that period while you're, trying to breastfeed. And some people don't know. Some people think because they're unable to breastfeed, that means they don't have enough milk supply, and they just stop breastfeeding. I don't want to talk about breastfeeding. I just needed to say. So I always feel now that I'm more experienced, with 2 kids, that there should be more sensitization, because I went through a lot. Every time Sekina is on my breast or I'm trying to feed her, I was always crying. I was always traumatized. Like, I would say I had baby blues, not depression, but I had baby blues because I was sad. My husband would tell me, Yinka, this is what you've prayed for. Do not now be ungrateful for this that you've prayed for, that Allah has given you. Do not. That's how bad it was, because I was always just crying. And it went on, and I became better. I went through my journey. Okay, so I had to go and pick my madam. Okay, so as I was saying, um I just got things just got better over time, obviously. And that's what happens when you have to experience certain things. You might learn the hard way, but over time you're just going to be able to adjust. And feeding her became better. I went through the journey of feeding her solids as well. That one too was stressful, and it also became better over time. But I would say with Sekina, I learned a lot. Sekina made me learn a lot. So when I had Semiha, all the things I had to, that probably would have been like a shocker, wasn't a shocker anymore. To be sincere, I would say feeding her with, as in breastfeeding Semiha and every other thing, felt like a walk in the park. Not because it wasn't stressful, but it was because I had experienced it. It was literally similar. She came early as well, and I had to first express. I had to first pump before I fed her directly, and all those things. And to be sincere, Semia has a bit more, she had some things that made things easier for me. More like she sleeps very well, she slept very well, she still sleeps very well, but I will get there. So she used to sleep very well, and things were just pretty much okay. Things were pretty much better when I gave birth to Semia compared to when I gave birth to Sekina. But let me just go back to Sekina. Now I remember, prior to relocating, um, I had to get help, obviously, because it's not being having to take care of a child and having to still handle the household. Some people get to do it, but I think I needed someone because I was having issues with, breastfeeding. And I remember people always telling me, you have to eat, you have to do this, you have to eat ogid. I'm like, see, I was not feeling okay when I was pregnant. I need to get myself back. I need to eat properly. I need to take care of this baby. This is my first time. My husband is going to work. I need somebody. So I was able to get somebody who was not helping with Sekina, because I wanted to be hands on. That's just like my preference. But she was also helping me with every other thing. She made, um eating and other things. She just made those aspects of my life, other aspects of my life, easy. Getting things done, the chores, the cooking of certain things, so that I will not have to bother about my breakfast. I will not have to bother about, what I'm about to eat for lunch. And I will just focus on taking care of Sekina and just doing a few other things in the house. And it made life really easy for me, to be sincere. I was a stay-at-home mom, running a business from home and taking care of my baby. And I just felt, I didn't think I was going to have another baby. I was not planning on getting pregnant. So I relocated, and I felt when it's time for her to go to daycare, she was going to go to daycare. So in my mind, I was like, for a couple of weeks or months, I would be with her. If I get a work at home job, a work from home job, no problem. I would do that. Then I fell pregnant, and it became very difficult being pregnant and taking care of a toddler. At that time, she was already a toddler. It just became really stressful. And at that point in time, I was almost like, even though I was not mentally ready for her to go to daycare, but I knew that I needed her to be somewhere so that I'll be able to, like, get her myself together, take care of myself. Because being pregnant, pregnancy is not sickness, but it comes with some illnesses. Made me realize that when you don't have a child and you're not feeling fine, you just want to get better for yourself. You just want to be okay for yourself. But when you have a child and you're not feeling fine, the only reason why you want to be okay is, who will take care of this child? Who would like, this child is dependent on me. So who will take care of this baby? And that was one of the things that I had that always made me drag myself when I was in my first trimester. If I could lie down when I was pregnant with Sekina, I would just lie down. I would not do anything. And my mother-in-law would just bring food to me. She would literally be begging me to eat. But with Sekina, when I was pregnant with Semiha, I would find myself not wanting to get up. Like, I would just be too lazy. I would just be too stressed. But guess what? I have to get up because I have to feed her. I have to dress her up. I have to engage her. I have to sometimes take her on walks, take her to her play dates. It wasn't still that bad because, yes, first trimester wasn't good, but second trimester and third trimester they were better, much better. I could, gather myself. I could take care of my baby. I could do other things, take care of the home. Then my madam came, and I realized, wow, having two kids is different from having one. You have one child, you can care for that child, you can focus on that child, you can pay attention to that child, you can still even do certain things. Yes, I had time to take walks, I had time to do certain things, even though my Sekina was very needy. Toddlers are always very needy, they need your attention. I found myself being able to do more things. But now I have two kids. Yes, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, at the perfect time. At the perfect time, I could, we were able to find the perfect daycare for Sekina. And I was so happy that Semia sleeps very well. So I would just be with her. Even if she didn't even sleep very well, I'll have to focus on one child. And the first few months was, yes, it wasn't easy, but it was also sweet because having her sleep for 3 hours, for 2 hours, gave me enough time to myself, enough time to take care of things, to do the chores, sometimes to even nap, to sleep. But things are different now. Things are different. These girls calmed me. Yes, in those first 3 months, she made me think, as a second born, I'm an independent baby girl. As a second born, don't worry, you can put me down for a couple of minutes and I'm fine. As a second born, I've been sleeping very well, so don't worry, I'll continue to sleep very well. That's not the case. This is my madam now. If I drop her, whether when she's awake, whether when she's sleeping, just give her 5 minutes. She will wake up as if she was not sleeping. She would start crying as if I am running away and I'm not coming back. I have the most clingy baby I could ever imagine. Yes, it's a sweet thing. Yeah, part of what I'm talking about. Yes, it's actually an amazing thing having a baby who wants you, but it is very hard to get things done. Like, you literally have to work your life around her life. You understand? You can't say, oh, let me fix my own time, let me have my own schedule, and she's going to match my schedule. No, you have to fix your schedule to match our own life. And I find myself, initially wanting to plan my life. Every single day I'll be like, oh, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do that. My mother will tell me, you're doing your own. No, when you are ready, you would plan your time around my own schedule. And initially, it always frustrates me. It always gets me very worked up that, oh, I've not achieved anything today. Oh, I've not been able to do this. I've not been able to do that. But, at the end of the day, I just realized that I have to plan my schedule around hers. And trust me, even though I still do that, it's almost makes it seem as if I don't get anything done or anything significant done. She is like a mommy's girl, always very clingy. And when her sister comes from daycare, it's always like when I'm done with her sister, she's ready for me. When I'm done with her sister is ready for me. To be fair, I'm grateful that hubby is very hands-on, to the best of his ability. He can't be as hands-on as I am, especially with Sekina, and it has made things a bit, less stressful compared to how it would have been. But it's really no joke. Like being a mom of two as is obviously totally very different from being a mom of one child, to be sincere. Like one child is a whole job on its own. So imagine having two kids with their own needs, individualistic needs. One child needs you to play with her, another child wants to breastfeed, one child needs you to sing to her, another child wants you to be a clown. One child needs you to go around with her, or you will start shouting, Sekina, don't do this, Sekina, go away from there. Another child, they are backing her and trying to rock her to sleep. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. It doesn't change the fact that I'm grateful to be a mom, because this has always been what I've always wanted, or this has always been my dream. But I would say the dream and the reality is just two different things. I've had moments that I just want me time. I know that I don't think I can get that yet, because I have a baby who is still like solely dependent on me. But I'm looking forward to that moment where I have a time to myself alone. And this is me that I rarely say that, but where I just sleep and wake up and I don't have to think of a baby that wakes me up. Or when I don't know, Sha, you get what I mean now. Just have that me time. I'm looking forward to it. I know that I'm not gonna get it yet, but I would say I just want to enjoy the time I have with my kids now and appreciate every moment. Sometimes it can be very difficult to be sincere. I'll be lying to myself if I'm like, oh, it's all rosy. It's not all rosy. And I would say what I had with Sekina that I don't have with Semiha. And that's why even though Sekina goes to daycare, I still find it very hard to achieve a lot of things that I want to achieve, is because I don't have a help. Back in Nigeria, I had help, like I said, but now I don't have a help, so I find it hard to have breakfast the time I want to have breakfast. I find it hard to just get everything I want to get done the way I want to get them done. Like I find it hard to do that. Don't worry, I will talk about a lot of changes that I'm experiencing in my life, personally, mentally, physically, in another video. But this is just a snippet of it. I find it hard getting a lot of things done because I don't have a help. And it's not impossible, obviously. Like Semiha is 8 months old now. She's a big girl now, and it's God that has seen us through up until this moment. Not having my mother-in-law being able to come, not having anyone being able to come to do the omugo that I would have really benefited from and enjoyed. But it's not as bad as I thought it would be. It has had its trying moment. I've had my crying moment. I've had my stressed moment. But I'm just grateful that it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and it's something I will not trade for. I won't trade it for anything in this world, regardless. I'm grateful for my two girls. I'm grateful that they are growing regardless of what I've had to go through, or what I'm still going through in terms of raising them, caring for them. It's just part of life. It's part of being a mom. And I know that there's still more things that I'm going to still have to share over time. This is so far, being a mom. I might have another child by God's grace, and I might have something else to say what's like being a mom of three. It might actually be better than being a mom of two. You never can tell. But this is what it has been so far. Um, I've had moments that I'm like crazy tired, crazy stressed. And I've had moments that I'm like, wow, when I see them playing with each other, to an extent, when I see the house being scattered, and I'm like, yeah, this is a sign that you have kids at home. It never gets better than this. I think that's just pretty much it. I don't really know much. I don't really know what else I can say. It's just like really nothing prepares you for motherhood. It's a journey that everybody would have their own individualistic experience. Yes, there's this one thing that brings us together, because there are two general things you're going to get from your infant, from your toddlers, but each of us have our experience, our personal experience, what makes it unique to us, our personalities as mothers, and our children's personalities as kids. Some kids are more gentle, some kids are more energetic, some kids eat, some kids don't. Some kids will start eating early, some kids will take a while before they catch up with eating, and so many other milestones you even have to deal with when taking care of your kids. Sometimes you find yourself comparing the first child and the second child. Oh, this one did this one did not do this one did this one is doing this other one did not do this at this stage. It's just a whole lot of roller coaster of feelings, emotions, but in all, we just have to say thank God. We have to say Alhamdulillah, and I'm grateful for this journey called motherhood. It's not easy, but I hope somebody else out there can relate to my story. I don't know if it's all over the place, but I just thought I needed to just say something about my life as a mom, and the chaos that comes with being a mom, and the beauty of being a mom, having someone to call yours, having kids to call yours, having someone to cater for, or people to cater for. It's not a joke. It's it's a huge task. It's a huge um responsibility, and I'm grateful to Allah for it. Let me just not ramble too much. If it's something you can relate to, share your experience as a mom. Share your experience as a mom of one, a mom of two, a mom of three, as much as you have in the comment section below. And let's just rub minds. I hope I'm not the only one in this motherhood journey. I know I'm not. Obviously, I know I am not. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. As always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. If you haven't, don't forget to turn on the post notification bell, so that whenever I upload new videos, you'll be the first one to know about it. Till next time, make sure you stay safe, take good care of yourself. Bye bye.
To speak